Hello everyone, it's your favorite night owl here, out on this unfortunately sunny day. Fantastic. Before we get started, I'd like to apologize if you can hear the fan in the background. It's a real bit warm in my shooting studio tonight. Alrighty then. We are not currently sponsored by Knorr, of which I believe is the pronunciation of the brand name, as I believe the K to be silent. However, I'd like to apologize for any mispronounced names over the course of this video. Fantastic. Alrighty then. Like, share, and subscribe. This video will be broken into two parts. We'll be giving, in the first part, a quick overview, my personal opinions, and also, on the second part, we will be preparing one of these packets before you. There will also be some channel news at the end. Got some exciting projects I've been working on. Let's get on with it, shall we? Here we have a selection of Knorr side dishes. That's a quick overview of Knorr. They are a company that was founded in 1838 by a Karl Heinrich Theodor Knorr. Alrighty then. It is currently owned by Unilever, which is a British-Dutch company, and it's been owned since the year 2000. It's also produced under license in Japan under Ajinomoto. It's also known by other names as Royco in the Philippines, Kenya, Netherlands, and Indonesia. It's also known as Continental, Australia, and New Zealand. To my knowledge, its current headquarters is in Heilbronn in Germany, as it is a German brand name. Fantastic. They make condiments, they make these sides, broths, and soups, and to reveal my personal bias, I do prefer their soups over their sides. Although I do not have any for this video, as, they tend to go whenever they're here, due to my favor of them. Alrighty then. We will be cooking one later in the video. However, before we get to that, after selection, we show the selection we have here available. They make both a cheddar and broccoli rice and cheddar and broccoli noodles, also teriyaki noodles, chicken flavor fried rice, and a number of other selections. Although I do prefer their soup collections. Moving over here, there's some examples of their other side collections with chicken and broccoli and 4-cheese pasta. Well, hi there, Missy. Currently blocking the shot of my mess kit, which is the primary thing I use these for. My other mess kit works, in my opinion, a little bit better than the Honest Outfitters I have currently on the table for the video, although the other mess kit is a little bit larger. I also have a little Espit stove over there. Show that right there, and 2 cans of meat, which tends to be how I prepare these. On these packets, there's instructions for both microwave. Oh, you want to be in the video too, how sweet. For both microwave and stovetop. They seem just fine both ways. The cheddar and broccoli and other selections like them tend to require, both in the instructions, both milk and water, although I tend to compensate by replacing the milk with more water, and they taste just fine to me. I will be, for the video, let's here make a quick selection, the cheddar and broccoli. How I like to prepare them is I like to prepare some meat to go with them. Either a tuna right into it, or I like to fry up some of that canned diced ham over there. Nice Butterfield. We are not sponsored by any of the brand names in this video, once again. Especially not Knorr. Although, that would be fantastic, as I do rather like Knorr. They also make a handy little seasoning mix, which is available in some stores. It goes really well with my camping mess kit and these Espit stoves when preparing on the go. They don't take up much room in my pack, thus I tended to favor them because they're also quite filling, even without they're listed as a side, but they can easily split in case of these noodle packets, which are rated for 1 portion per packet. The rice packets that we have selected here both say that they are rated for 2.5 portions per packet. So by themselves, they make a good meal when mixed with some prepared goodies to go in them, such as meat and any vegetables you might be able to bring, such as garlic and onion, which do store quite well. Fantastic! Getting ready to move on. Today we'll be using the cherry broccoli and that ham. Also diced Spam. Oh, almost lost my train of thought there. And some diced corned beef also work very well. And I believe once I used bully beef, which, if you have a value to you, is not half bad. It's similar to a lot of canned, at least in my personal opinion, of the can I got, was similar to the corned beef in texture. Alrighty then. Let's move on to the portion of the video where I make the preparations. The cooking will take place off camera, and we'll be back with some channel news, an additional reviewer, and, of course, we'll be showing those portions. These do portion quite well, in my personal opinion. Alrighty then, we'll be right back. And we're back. Now, that is a pretty good portion. Found a nice big old bowl right there. Now, for a single person, that's a pretty good portion. Especially as a meal unto itself with that fried up ham in there. Fairly nice. I even brought out the spoon from that little mess kit over there to give it a try. Alrighty then. It's fairly nice. Now, I did leave it out for a little bit in order for it to cool off to make this part a little bit easier. Fantastic. Let's give it on a bite. Not bad, as always. Fantastic. Now, as a side portion, it is fairly filling as a meal unto itself, and it's easily switched between 2 people. As a side dish, we have over here the camping mess kit. I intend to use these with, and have a tendency to do so. They taste pretty good whenever you just use the microwave. In this particular case, I replaced the milk with more water, which amounted to 2 cups. Now, for those who are sensitive to their salt levels, the can, according to a 2,000 calorie a day diet, it counts for 25% of your daily salt intake. While this packet said for the full packet, it was about 50%. So that's 75% of your daily salt packet. Now, this is a pretty large portion for a single individual. Although I might not be the one to go out of when it comes to that fact, because I tend to eat fairly light. Alrighty then. Now, over here we do have the Esbit stove, as previously mentioned. These are very handy and fit quite well in the pack, as do the packs for these. And of course the small cans of meat, of which you can use a variety of. Now, thinking back to earlier in the video when I mentioned bully beef, it is such a long time ago that I had that, I can't quite remember what it was like. It's just, from offhand memory, reminded me a lot of the canned meats I get here. Particularly the corned beef in a can. Although my memory could just be mistaken there. I'll have to pick some up. Now, it works quite well in mess kits, and with its good portioning is fairly nice, especially with how much little space it takes up in my pack, which was always a nice treat for me. It does have a nice cheddar flavor to it, even though I did not add the milk, which I imagine would improve the flavor considerably. Now, as a personal point of bias, I still say I prefer their soups over their other sides. Fantastic. Channel news, we do have some large projects on the way, in the form of larger videos, including a little camping expedition where we will be cooking these right out there in the wilderness. Well, the wilderness is a patch of outdoors that I like to go to whenever I need to clear my head. or shoot something to talk about. Fantastic. Alrighty then, like, share, and subscribe. And see everyone around.